What's good, my people? What's good, my people? Surprise show today. Really wasn't supposed to be here, but you know what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully, everybody's doing good today. Boy.
Hopefully everybody's doing good today.
Turn my mic down. My mic might be a little bit too high, but yo, it's Sunday. It's Sunday. Work. Just got off work not too long ago. Coming to y'all live, bringing y'all some content for this morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is CJ, aka the High Value Nurse, checking in once again, back with another video. First name Brandon, what it do, sir? What it do, sir? What in the BBL? We got Nurse Viv in the building. Oh man, we finna chop it up a little bit. Nurse Viv, I'll put down a link if you want to come on in if you ain't busy. I don't know if you're really up on these YouTube streets with the pearly things issue, but I'm gonna be touching on that for the last time. First name Brandon, I know you be up in these YouTube streets. I be seeing you comment on some of the other platforms. Yeah, hey, I ain't gonna cap, Brandon. I be trying not to sell my soul to this YouTube stuff. I be trying not to because it be so much I be wanting to say. And it would be really easy for me to get into that YouTube, like to really get into that space. I be trying not to, but I'm gonna keep my soul intact. You dig? I'm gonna keep it intact and just do what I do. I'm for real, bro. Like I be really be wanting to, because it's nothing for me to get in there. But see, I don't know if I got this. Like, I don't be having the time to stream to niggas 7, 8, 9, 10 hours, bro. What's up, Antisocially Podcast? What's the deal? Oh, from the pond. I don't know. Lady A, have you been talking about the pearly thing situation? I'm gonna have to bring you up if you ain't busy. I've been checking on your page, and I've been trying to see have you talked about it because I've been waiting for your commentary. And I'm subscribed. Yeah, I'm subscribed. So, and I got the bell. So no, you haven't posted in a minute. What up, though, Henry? What up, though? What y'all want to talk about first? Y'all want to talk about this nurse stuff, or y'all want to talk about the bullshit? I made one little video on that pearl thing situation. I'm just so I can't believe how this one white woman done flipped the whole internet on his ass, bro. And I swear to God, it be taking me everything I have not to really jump into that space. But if you jump in, it's hard to jump back out because you win it. And see, the difference between me and a lot of them cats is that I have a career. Shout out to Nurse Viv. Nurse Viv, I just figured out how the super chats work. Man, that's you gave me my first super chat. I appreciate that. Now, I don't know how I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna see how YouTube send it, but I appreciate it. Y'all go over to subscribe to Nurse Viv too. Them pillow talks got me through work. For real. Nurse Viv be talking about some crazy stuff, but it's entertaining, it's fun. But I be really want to get into the bullshit sometimes. I'll be listening right now, working out these chicken legs as we speak. Yo, shout out to first name Brandon. But it really, I'm gonna get into the nurse stories. But this whole thing with pearly things, right, is crazy. Pearl has literally flipped the internet on its head, at least amongst Black YouTube. At least amongst Black YouTube. And the shit is crazy because like she really got these niggas divided. You know what I'm saying? Like it's cats arguing, like literally arguing, almost ready to fight over Pearl. Over Pearl. Pearl finessed the game. And she did it at such an elite level, you almost have to pop your collar to it. You almost got to pop your collar to it. You feel what I'm saying? So for those of you who don't know, and I know I got a lot of people who ain't even on that tip on this in this audience, we're gonna get to the other stuff. But for those of you who are not familiar, Pearl is a YouTuber, and she has a YouTube called Just Pearly Things, and she has a lot of Black people on her panel, on her podcast. Another YouTuber by the name of Jason Black recently broke a story talking about, well, I mean, you know, she had she shall did well almost we forgot she was Wonder Bread. It's great, like, and you can't ever put it past, man. I'm telling you, and here's the thing. I've seen so much activity over the past week. And one thing that I will never do on my platform, and I even talked to Nurse Roxy about this. Shout out to Nurse Roxy. I will never, as a Black man, I will never disrespect Black women on my platform. Okay? Especially amongst people who are not Black. That will not happen on this platform. I'm sorry. They can call me Blackity Black. And I've had podcasts where we've talked about the issues in the community, but I promise you, you will never, ever see me buck dancing, and talking mess about sisters in front of other people, other groups. Now, if it's us, then we can have this conversation. You dig what I'm saying? But I'm not going over to nobody who is not in the culture. I'm not going over there and having a discussion about the problems in our community. I can't do it. I will never do it. I refuse to do it. You dig what I'm saying? And this ain't even about being on some pro Black. But see, because here's why I'm glad that I'm already getting money before YouTube. A lot of these dudes will sell their souls for views and clout. I get it's a money game. I heard a dude on Pearl's podcast, a Black dude, King Riches. He said that, and if she was racist, why would I stop now? I'm the hottest I've ever been because of Pearl. Let me tell you something. Like when I heard that, I was in utter shock. My man literally said, why would I stop now? I'm the hottest I've ever been. I'm the hottest I've ever been. Even if she was racist, I'm not going to stop now. Yeah, I'm sorry about my awful UK accent. No, and no disrespect to my UK people. But damn, it was a lot of like that, man. And then you had Sarah, and shout out to Anti-Socially Podcast for the super chat. Thank you so much, sister. And then you had, and Lady A, you need to come back. You need to come back. Out of all the times that you need to stop me in MIA, this time you need to come back. For real, for real. It's disgusting. Yes. O'Shea pulled the video up. And look at me slowly going into this YouTube. Oh my God. Like, I swear to God, I'm trying not to go in that space. Like I'm trying not to get in that lane. I don't want to do it. But sometimes, like, I may even just transfer this part of the broadcast to my other channel. But like, he literally said that if she was racist, why would I stop now? Cats will do anything for YouTube views. And then don't even get me started on the contracts. Don't even get me started on the contracts. She like, see, I'm not in the business like that. I don't have a YouTube network. You know what I'm saying? I don't, and even if I did, and see, I have learned very valuable lessons with this whole thing. But I guess she arranged contracts for these dudes, for the people on her platform. She been arranging contracts. And so she been giving niggas 360 deals. And the thing is, she brought that guy, Nick Fuentes, on the platform. Niggas know what he's about. She knew what he was about. She kept that half-ass apology. But I'm not mad at Pearl because I expect that from Pearl. And I'm more disappointed in how this whole situation has gotten the internet in Black YouTube. It's really trivial, minute bullshit on a large scale, but it's entertaining nonetheless. I'm just disappointed because the fact I was watching Obsidian show. Obsidian had Pearl on there. There were black men literally trying to make Pearl have an explanation. Well, why would you do that? How could you? Why do you niggas like to sit around and talk to people who don't have your best interest? I don't understand that. I don't understand it. Why do you niggas want to sit around and talk to individuals who don't care nothing about you? You look silly. Hey, Miss Ann, I've supported you. How could you do this, Miss Ann? I'm like, I'm sorry, Black, at least on Black YouTube, a lot of black dudes took an L. And I'm not here, and I'm not, whatever, you can think of me as pro-blackity black, whatever you want to call me, whatever. You can say, but it's just, it's no pride. And here's another thing that I have a problem with. You will never in a million years. I heard another YouTuber say, when it comes to slavery, everybody deserves to get a chance to speak their opinion on it. Fine. Everybody has the right to speak their opinion on whatever they want. But when it's us talking and we are looking for solutions, I'm sorry, but this is for us. And see, here's the thing. You will never find a group of Asian people. You will never find a group of Chaldean peoples letting black people come talk within their circles about how to fix the issues in their community. It won't happen. It won't happen. So I don't understand how we so easily, it's all black. It was majority black people on her platform. And see, that already looks suspect to me anyway. It's majority black people on your platform and y'all talking about black issues with a woman who's hosting this, who has no idea what it's even like to be in black culture. YouTube creators, in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, caping for a 26-year-old affluent Caucasian woman. That is crazy to me. That's crazy. I don't understand. The cap. I don't get it. I don't get it. And I just, again, Is YouTube really worth your soul like that? You going to work every day knowing how your boss feels, and then the other guy exposed his deal that he got, saying that I guess he wanted to get like 10 or 30%. Pearl wanted to give him 10 or 30%, and she wanted 70 from the channel they created together. But my thing is this: why are you just saying something now because the fire is under her? See, that's suspect to me too. Because if you were still getting paid the bread, you would have never even said nothing. That's very suspect to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the cat. See, I'm not going to sell my soul for views. I'm not. Because a lot of this stuff I'm not even interested in. And to sell your soul for views, you are forcing yourself to talk about issues that you care nothing about. But the only reason that I'm even chiming in on this topic is because there are some creators that I really admire that to me display some very suspect behavior. And it was then I learned that, it's always the whole, they say you never want to meet your idols or whatever. Not that you idolizing some of these people or whatever, but it's just like, man, I rock with this content. I can relate to this content. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling this content. But then when you really find out what Cats is really on, that's crazy. It's crazy to me. And they let this, and see, the manosphere been dead. At least the black manosphere been dead. They let a woman copyright the black manosphere, the term black manosphere, made a magazine. The black manosphere has been dead. And one thing that I noticed about the white manosphere, they didn't let Pearl come over there and grift. No, sir. Rollo Tomasi, Anthony Johnson of 21 Studios, none of them white men, none of them white creators said allowed Pearl to come over there and grift. She tried it, but they got Pearl the hell up out of here. What do we do? Pearl went to the oldest playbook in the book. She did what Vlad does. She did what Vlad, Adam 22. Okay. Let's go to the niggas. Let's go to the niggas. They'll let me in for sure. And then there was this whole discussion about how come, the sisters, like the sisters that's in the space, are not as hot as Pearl. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's an unfair comparison. When you look at YouTube on a grand scale of things, I think it's unfair. And people will try to say, well, it's because Pearl works harder than everybody else. No. Pearl doesn't work harder than everybody else. She steals harder than everybody else. And personally, I don't have a problem, but it's just calling a spade a spade. O'Shea recently dropped a video where she is literally asking questions to her panels from another content creator. And the other content creator has spoken out about that. Yeah. I know. No Jumper is making all that dough. Vlad making all that dough. All black folks. Off black foolishness. Foolishness. You dig what I'm saying? That's what gets promoted. And I'm not here to be a Captain Sable for the black image, but I'll try to be the representation of what I want to see. And this is why I'm not so quick to try to jump on that sector just for views. Listen, if it meant I got one subscriber a month for the rest of my life, then so be it. But I can't buck dance like that for views. I'm not going to put down black women on YouTube because it's popular to do it. I'm not going to do it. And people will say, well, Kevin Samuels did it. No, y'all going to stop putting that on Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels did not bash black women. These women called him and asked for advice. They called him and asked for advice. Okay? And Kevin Samuels had a code. He would never let nobody of any other race talk bad about sisters. This one white woman from Canada tried to speak bad about black women on his platform, and he shut the shit down. And all these cats talking about they love Kevin Samuels and all that kind of stuff. You niggas is clout chasers, bruh. Clout chasers. That's why your soul ain't right. That's why you gotta be on YouTube for hours at a time trying to prove something to people. Because you know your soul ain't right. A lot of these cats wasn't really getting no money before YouTube. And that is why I'm so glad for the career that I have. So I don't have to sell my soul for this game because I'm already good. Already good. This is fun to me. This is extra. And I love helping the people that want to be helped. I love helping the people that want to be helped. And then, like, great things come in time. See, when you build a platform, and see, here's the thing. This is why I rock with Tariq Nasheed so hard. Because Tariq Nasheed's platform took a long time to build. I literally watched Tariq grow for almost 15 years. I found out about Tariq in 2006 when his Mac Lessons Radio came out. That man has grinded for the last 15 years. But he's grinded being authentic to himself and not doing what is popular. And that's why I respect Tariq Nasheed so much. Because Tariq Nasheed he's always been consistent with the things that he's done and with the things that he said. Always been consistent, always been thorough. And that is what I try to base my platform off of. I'm not in a rush for 100,000 views or 100,000 subscribers, even though it would be nice. But now I know how your ideology is amongst people that look like me. I can't rock with you on that aspect. I just can't. I have a code. I really do have a code, and I love my people. I don't agree with everything we do sometimes, and they might not agree with everything that I do, but don't get it twisted. I love black people. Okay? Everything I say is out of love and what I promise you. And I may lose some subscribers with this statement, but when I get a panel up here of black people talking about black issues, there will be nobody from any other groups up here discussing that. That's for us. That's for us. Point blank, period. Says Tariq ain't dividing black folk. That's a whole nother discussion. But no, I don't think he's dividing black folks, okay? I think he's telling foundational black Americans it's time to look out for yourselves. We can love you from a distance, but it's time to get ourselves together first. Then once we get ourselves together, then boom, we can rock with and do what everybody else needs us to do. But we got to get home straight first. But that's all I'm gonna say about that. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But it's just like I can't. No, no, absolutely not. I refuse. I refuse to not. No, I can't do it. You will never see me speak negatively about black people. And see, here's the thing too, and what I also realize: a lot of these dudes have never been successful with black women. Is there a problem in our community? Sure, but there's problems in every community. In every community. Unfortunately, we really don't have control of the mainstream media, so our BS gets promoted the most. Our BS gets promoted the most, absolutely. But we don't have control of the media. But now we have a new media. We have a new media here on YouTube, and we can kind of control the narrative a little bit. Or I mean, as far as they allow us to. We have a new media here. Absolutely. And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's fly, it's things going fly. A lot of these creators, they know it's things going on that's fly in the black community. But they choose to only highlight the negative issue. That's my problem with Fresh and Fit. That is the issue that I have with Fresh and Fit, because those dudes highlight the ignorant images. Notice, and I see Charleston White got at them. I'm not really a fan of him, but I will say that I agree with this point. See, you only highlight the negative images and the buffoonery in the community. You only do that. They don't get smart, beautiful, educated, successful, married, or in domestic relationships Black women on that show. Absolutely not. They get 18, 19, 20-year-old Black women who have no experience. That is the stereotype. So they can get views. What's up, Troop? Yeah, I'm going to get at you. I'm going to for sure get at you, because something got to give. And like I said, I really haven't addressed the pearly things much. That's why I'm addressing it now. And I won't address it. I probably won't address it again unless we have a panel and they want to talk about it. Then we can go back into it. But as far as spending a week on, I can't do that. And I'm not knocking nobody who's doing it. Get your money. I get it, bro. But I just cannot get on this platform and throw Black people under the bus like that. I can't do it, bro. I cannot do it. It's issues everywhere. I'm gonna drop the link if anybody want to come up, and I'm gonna get to the nursing stories in a minute. But I got something on my heart, and I really want to talk about it. If anybody want to come on, they can come up. And I respect the people that I really look up to. So you're not gonna bash the people that I admire. Point blank, period. You can do that on your own platform. Point blank, period. I work with, and this is what's irritating about it, because I work with so many fly sisters. I work with so many fly sisters that it's a shame. That's smart, that's educated, that know what they're talking about, but they don't get the shine, because no, absolutely not. We're not going to give you the shine. That's not going to sell. We need Black ratchetness, or we need Black men simping over white chicks. That's what we need. That's what sells. That's what's hot. That's what's popular. It is no reason that the whole internet, not the whole internet, but a lot of Black internet should be this divided over pearly things. But it's no, I just can't understand how sad. It was sad watching them cupcake for her like that. It was hard to watch. It was really hard to watch. So I said, you know what? It's time for me to be the real reflection of what I want to see. Since I'm disgusted by the Fresh and Fit platforms and by these the pearly thing platforms, and the ones that always allow everybody else in our business, I said, okay, well, only thing I can do is either be quiet or do something about it. So I'm going to do something about it. I'm going to create a platform highlighting the dopeness in the community, the fly-ish that we've done. And we're going to talk about solutions, because one thing that I understand about solutions is that most people don't want solutions because there's really no entertainment within solutions, and people want to be entertained. A lot of people are bored. This is the clout era. This is the attention era. Everybody wants to be entertained. There is no real solutions, or there's no real entertainment in a solution. For example, if you're broke and somebody says go get a job, and you get a job and you save money, you're no longer broke. That's really as simple as 1, 2, 3. But it's only when you add all the caveats into it, now we get into the entertainment part. Because you could say that, well, you know what? You know, girls don't really like me because I'm broke. Okay. Here's what you do. You go get a job. You go get a job. You save you some money and you put some hours in. Bam, problem solved. Problem solved. But here come the caveats. Oh, but my kneecap hurt. Oh, I got a bruised fingernail. Oh, my dog's sick. I ain't got a car. Oh, white supremacy. All this, all that. See, these are the caveats. That's entertaining. That's entertaining. We want to hear about the bullshit of why you can't get it. So I can make 50 other videos of why you need to get a job. It's entertainment. I get it to a certain degree. It works. It works. Okay. Okay, so I'm red pill. Another example, okay? A lot of girls, you got a guy, girls don't find me attractive or whatever. Oh my God, I'm so mad. I'm about to become an incel and bash women. No, here's a solution. Go work out. Go get better. Go improve yourself. It's that simple. It's no entertainment in that. But then you bring on a caveat. No. They are evil. No. They all want to play you. No. It's like, come on, man. Come on, man. And then you got people really out here thinking that and especially in the red pill community, you got people thinking that every single woman is out to get them, bruh. Every single one. And that's not true. It's really not true. You got scandalous people everywhere, though. You got men who scandalous, you got females who scandalous, but it's not everybody. Some people want things to just fall into their lap, and it's easy to complain. It's easy, it's free, it requires nothing, and it can be very entertaining. I ain't gonna cap. It is funny watching a bunch of dudes who are uninspired. It's funny, but it's sad at the same time. But it's actually really funny to watch a bunch of dudes get online and just complain about how they hate women because they so animated with it. They so comical with it. It is literally channels right now that teach you how to improve yourself in every way that don't have a million subscribers. But we'll go to Pearl, and not to keep throwing Pearl under the bus, but we'll go to Pearl and watch her shame females and watch her crap on females and all that kind of stuff because she can do it. And a lot of dudes like that. I'm like, okay, it's cute, but after a while, like, all right, what are we really doing? It's the same shtick over and over and over again. Because if your ultimate goal is to get females, well, bashing them all day certainly ain't gonna work. Bashing them all day ain't gonna work. That definitely ain't gonna work. But it's solutions to the game. It's like solutions, like it's real solutions, but it's easy. I swear to God, sometimes I be wishing I could be a shiesty, scamming, cutthroat dude. I be wishing that sometimes because it would be so easy. It would be so easy to sell dreams. And I'm not knocking nobody's hustle, but it's cats out here literally selling $1,000 courses on how to text a woman. This is where we are in today's society. $1,000 on how to text a woman, a course. That is insane. one grand. $1,000 on how to text women. I'm not knocking a hustle, but sheesh. I'm amazed. I'm amazed. And like I said, man, this platform is mostly based on positivity. And I be having to check myself sometimes because I be like, man, okay. So you want to disrespect black women? Let's get you up out of here. Can block that guy. He's blocked. We're not finna do that here. It's plenty other platforms you can go to disrespect black women, but you're not gonna do that here. Because every black woman not like that. I'm with a black woman. And you think I would be with a black woman who didn't respect me? That's crazy. Like, come on, bro. I'm not finna be with no woman who don't respect me, but you think I'm finna be with a black woman who don't respect me? That's retarded. I'm sorry. Well, I'm not supposed to say that word. But I got him the hell up out of here. You're not gonna do that over here. You can go to Fresh and Fit. You can go to all them other niggas' platforms and disrespect black females. I got my black chick on the wall, and it's crazy. I can't even. I would never. I can't do it, bro. Is there some foolery that go on in our community? 100%. Nobody's denying that at all. Nobody's denying that. But that's for us to figure out and get together, because everybody not like that. But we're not gonna get nowhere by mudslinging. We can talk. We can have a conversation. We can do what we need to do. We can figure it out. But we're not gonna disrespect black men or black women in here. We ain't gonna disrespect nobody. But we really not gonna disrespect black men and black women up in here. That's not gonna happen. This is not. No. We got class and we got etiquette over here. It is what it is. But it just really, I ain't gonna say it hurt me, but I was just disturbed on seeing some of the content creators, because I'm just like, wow, it's really all. But that taught me a valuable lesson. This is the business of YouTube. I get it. There are no friends. All these content creators, they feel you got relationships with it. These niggas not your friends. This is a come up. This is a come up. These niggas are not your friends. This is a come up. And that's probably the biggest lesson that I took out of this whole thing. This is a come up. Everybody is trying to come up. Everybody's trying to get a bag. Everybody's trying to scam. Everybody's trying to do that. And I can't do it. That's what I got a nursing license for. I can't do it. But I do want to build this up to give a positive outlet to black folks and to everybody, but specifically black folks. Yep, facts. You see? Yeah, and I'm sure I seen your channel. You done interview celebrities and all that kind of stuff. So I'm sure you know about it. These niggas is not your friends. This is business. And if we going into the situation from a business perspective, let's keep it on that level. Let's keep it on that level. You dig? And that's why, I be wanting to jump in, but I want to be the balance. Because if I do jump into that realm, it's going to be a balance. It's not going to be a nigga fest where we just talking about nothing. We can entertain you and educate you at the same time and come up with real solutions and give real life reasoning to issues. We just going to have to change. We're going to have to redefine the culture or redefine the narrative. You dig what I'm saying? 10, 8-hour live streams on bullshit. And I'm not knocking nobody's hustle at all. I'm not. But I don't have the time. Sometimes I wish I had the time. Sometimes I wish I had the time. And if anybody want to come up here, you are more than welcome to. I'm just talking right now. I'm just talking right now. If anybody want to come up, but I'm really venting because I was so disappointed in what I saw this last week. Thoroughly entertained, but disappointed. Very disappointed. So this ain't really nothing but a vent session for me. I would be talking like this if it was nobody listening. For real, for real. For real, for real. Hold on. Let me hold on. Let me plug this computer in real quick. 1 second. Don't go nowhere. It's just right there. Let me plug it in. Hold on. I'm in my drawers, so I couldn't really show myself getting up and stuff like that. I just had to plug in the computer. Where? Oh, here it is. I ain't want nobody seeing me my drawers. I knew my computer was on its way up out of here. All right, we back. Okay, then we back. But yeah, y'all, like, I just be wondering sometimes. I be wondering sometimes what a lot of these cats are like in real life. Like this incel stuff is crazy when you think about it. Like this incel, like this socially awkwardness. To me, this is what the internet has created. This is what the internet has really created. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't know. And I understand that, and I try to be empathetic to a certain degree because I know people, everybody don't come from the best situations. Everybody don't come from the best situations. You may have somebody who was abused as a child, or you may have somebody that was done wrong as a child. And sometimes people carry over that pain. And I can be a little empathetic towards it. And they may associate that with anybody who looks like the person that gave them that pain. And that's really what a lot of this sounds like. When I hear a lot of those people say what they say, when I hear some of the people, like just some of the disdain that some of these cats have for like these sisters. Like that's crazy. Like the disdain. Because you have to know not everybody's like that. Not everybody's like that. Like that's wild. It's just the internet. It's just people talking loud on the internet. It's just people talking loud on the internet. Like, and I don't understand. And I get it. I do get it. It's because it gets views. I gotta keep telling myself that. It generates views. But I was about to say to the guys that are really trying to figure out, like, a lot of these red pill shows and stuff like that, they keep trying to have conversations and convince these women on why they should get with them. Like these women will come on there and they say, okay, well, I don't want a guy making $50,000. Okay, if you a man making $50,000 and you understand that this woman may not want you because you're making $50,000 a year, then why don't you find you a woman that is okay with a man making $50,000 a year? Ain't that really that simple? At the end of the day, I would think so. But it's whole podcast about, and I get it. And shout out to Kevin Samuels. I know he kind of like started this whole thing with the high value man stuff and everything like that. And then like the women coming out. And like I said, and like I say all the time, the internet is the land of cap. It really is. Because I'm going to tell you something right now. Going to the incel red pill talking points with a lot of these chicks talking about they want a 6-figure dude. Trust me. A lot of them ain't with no 6-figure dudes. They baby daddy wasn't even making 30,000 in a lot of cases. A lot of that is just for show. I went to a free carnival last year. I seen so many couples holding hands and dudes not spending a dime. And these women were just as happy on a carnival date. Just as happy. It was literally free. walking around sipping on lemonade and snow cones and all that goofy shit. Just as happy. So don't believe everything you see on the internet. A lot of that is cap and it's for show. Cause I know every chick that's out here talking about they entitled to a man that's making six figures. I know you're not having sex with niggas making six figures. And the ones you getting pregnant about are not making six figures. Cause it's not that many dudes out here that's making six figures. But for somehow everybody knows a nigga that's a millionaire or is messing with somebody that's making six figures. That's cute. It's cute. You know what I'm saying? But come on, let's be real. And like I said, if it's a woman that is not okay with you making whatever your salary is, it's two options. You can either level up your salary or level up whatever you feel like you need to level up, or just move on and find somebody that is okay with what you are bringing to your situation. Point blank, period. It's really that simple. I mean, it's really that simple. I don't know how else to really put it. I don't know how else to really say it, but it's a really an easy solution. It's an easy solution. Now imagine if a lot of these cats, okay, a lot of these incel red pill dudes, imagine if they got offline for 6 months, really invested in themselves, really invested in their careers, really invested in the gym, really invested in whatever they needed to invest in to improve their life. Boy, YouTube will be out of, not YouTube, but a lot of these cats will be out of business. I'm talking about really just took a good 6 months, just trained as hard as they could, just stacked as much as they could, just worked as much as they could for 6 months. No bullshit, no nothing. That's my partner. Here go my partner right here. This is my partner in crime right here. What's going on, Nurse Roxy?
What's up? What's up? I hope I'm not echoing that. You echoing?
Is it echoing? Hold on, I might have to throw the headphones. I might
What's
have to
up?
throw the
What's
head.
up?
Nothing much. Oh boy, I know I'm finna get started now. Nurse Roxy's finna make me turn up. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Cool. But I just, I was
Oh
gonna
yeah,
text you, but I said you probably it's Sunday.
I
You
can hear
probably
you.
no, I said I was gonna text you, and I said I didn't because I said it's Sunday. You probably chilling with your family and everything like that. But I am happy you here. Can can you still hear me? Can you hear me?
There's like a weird feedback. Like I can
Is
hear
it?
you, but there's like a delay.
Oh, is
I
it?
don't know what that's about. I can hear you.
Okay. Well, I was just saying you was probably chilling with your family. That's why I didn't text you. And but I'm glad you're here. Hold on, let me see if I can fix it real quick. I don't know because I didn't have the headphones ready or nothing like that. She said it's like a delay. Y'all, people in the chat, can y'all hear me?
I know what the problem is.
Oh, what is it?
I had the YouTube open. I was being an idiot.
Oh
Continue.
no, you good. You good. You good. I just want to make sure we were straight. But no, I said I would have hit you up earlier, but I said it's Sunday, you probably chilling with your family. And I just had to get this off my chest. Like I
Oh
had Nurse
sure.
Roxy on the phone for a minute the other day, just ranting.
Hmm.
But I was just telling the people, like, I'm just so disappointed with a lot of this stuff, like especially the stuff that's been going on over the last week and a half, 2 weeks with this whole manosphere pearly thing stuff. It's just a shame that
Hmm.
that this woman has flipped it on his side the way she has. But
Oh yeah.
what do you
Very
feel?
sad.
What do you
Um.
feel?
So it is very sad. I think the thing that makes it the saddest is you see so many black folks compromised. I'm looking at did you see the character? I guess I call it a character, but somebody named Aunt Jenny.
Oh Lord, yes.
Child, it's like, you know, when you have somebody paying your bills, you know what I mean? You have someone who is, I guess, I mean, these contracts that she
Yes.
signed up with these folks is just 3 years, 3 years on YouTube, and
Slave.
you're
Oh,
getting up to 10 to 15% of my work,
that's crazy.
and I'm on YouTube and I'm going to be for 3 years. I don't care if I'm retired. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm just trying to understand, like, when did we get to a place where we, like in 2023, that we continue to need that time? I mean, she literally is like signing people up for a 360 deal on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Jerry Heller. She on Pearl Row Records. And like it's a shame because people don't understand that it does take a if you especially if you're not on foolishness, it does take a long time to build a platform. Especially
Mm-hmm.
if you're coming from a place of positivity and you ain't on the BS and you don't
Yep.
got niggas fighting and all that kind of stuff. It takes a minute to build an audience. But
Mm-hmm.
again, is it worth selling your soul because you go on to her platform signing 10% deals and all that kind of stuff? That's crazy to me. It's no way I would take a deal like first of all, I wouldn't take a deal on nobody's platform. I'm good. I'd
Mm-mm.
rather build my own thing. It's nothing. I can't believe these cats is really signing contracts to be on these people platform like this.
Mm-hmm.
They want to be famous that bad. You
Yep.
want to be YouTube famous that bad. I'm good. I'm
And this
good.
lady was just like, and I'm not even talking about the Aunt Jenny lady, because to me, I don't even know who Aunt Jenny was until like this whole thing happened. So like that's just new to me. The guy Sarah Garvey, I don't know if you've seen his response
Yeah, I
to
have.
yeah. So for
And
me,
he's
like these are
suspect
all,
too.
oh, look, when I say mad compromised,
He's
the
suspect too.
problem the problem with these individuals is they literally align themselves up with someone who, yeah, first of all, she was doing nothing but like copy and pasting Kevin Samuel's talking points anyway.
Facts.
It's not like she was saying some original stuff, but like you literally aligned yourself with someone who does not like black women. I'm like watching her when I watch her program, like I was just recently, I was watching some of her stuff just to see like what, like how did these black people get into this warp with her? Like how did they get sucked into it? Black women and men alike, right? And and I'm just listening, looking at how she was responding to people who like panel, like people who are like in panel discussions, and like how she talked down to black women. Like she would just like be schooling them. And I'm like, I don't care how gaping the hole was when Kevin Samuels passed away. How the hell did a white woman come up in that space in
Because black
his absence?
because black men let her. Black men let her. It's
Mm,
really it's no other explanation for it. Black men let her. That was an L we took. It was an L. You can't blame
mhm,
sisters for this one. It was Negroes, black men that allowed that because, like I said earlier, Rolo, the white manosphere, got her the hell up out of there very quickly. Immediately. They said, oh no. Oh no. Rolo denounced her and Anthony Johnson denounced her. And they said straight up, we don't want this broad over here. Is you
mhm,
crazy? We see the game.
mhm,
Okay, so what's the next play? We going right to the niggas. We going right to the niggas. And she did it and she executed it perfectly. Perfectly. And she did it so much so that she got a million subs within 1 year. And that's cool. I'm not knocking her for that. That's business, but I expect that. I'm not mad. It's not the fact that I'm upset with her. That's not even a problem. I'm just upset with what I saw because when I watched Obsidian's channel, it was literally tens of black men on there talking about something. Well, why? Why would you do such a thing? Why are we talking to her? You niggas are in your 40s, 30s, 40s, and 50s talking to a 26-year-old white woman about why she's doing what she's doing. That's crazy. I'm not interested in what she has to say. When
nope.
people told me she had Nick Fuentes on there, I was like, and I mean, what? I don't expect nothing less. Talking about, and they said, and she knew what he was about.
Oh yeah. Let me tell you, not only did she know what he was about, Like no one, when somebody is on your platform, you already know their talking points. You already know where they're about to go to with the mess that they're into. And like, let's even go a step further. You after saying, "Oh, I didn't know what he was going to say," if you even want to play stupid, what does it say now that you uploaded the video?
Right.
It's like, so you went back and you listened to yourself talk about my Africans. You listen to your response to him, no matter if we want to call it being ignorant, because I don't believe anything about the ignorant stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So with all of that being said, you know, you defended, you had a very clear position defending your comments about reparation, which you have, which you should have nothing to speak on, because guess what? The issue around reparations, and this is coming from someone who would not benefit from American reparation because my family is not from this country, right?
Mm-hmm.
The issue around reparations is a government issue.
Mm-hmm.
No one is asking white folks to pay black folks reparations. The government, the United States government, that not only designed every single law to continue to keep the residues of slavery at play, whether you want to talk about convict leasing, whether you want to talk about whatever, Jim Crow. That's a government problem. Reparations is a government argument. No white person should be speaking on reparations, and no white person has to ever deserve. They should never be speaking on, but nor do they deserve an explanation for, oh, well, are the white people alive that enslaved black folks? Are you saying that you want money from them? No, it's from the government.
But see, they know who to do that to. They know who to do that to, because she wouldn't have did that she wouldn't have talked that mess about the Jewish community.
No.
She wouldn't have done that, because she would have been canceled immediately. She wouldn't have done that. And that's what I'm saying. And you got the right to speak on whatever you want to talk about in your platform. That's not even my issue that she talked about it on her platform amongst the people that she talked about it with. My issue is that when we bring other people into black spaces and talk about it, that's the issue I have. You can do whatever you want at your house. I ain't tripping about that. But, that's the issue I have. I'm not, because it doesn't directly involve you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to speak on Chaldean issues. I can't do that. I'm not Chaldean. I don't know what it's like to be Chaldean. I'm not embracing Chaldean culture. I know nothing about it. So why am I talking about it? That's ignorant. Why am I speaking on things that I don't know?
Right.
If I was going over to Chaldean spaces talking about what's going on in the Chaldean community, they're going to be like, get the hell up out of here. You don't know, like, this is not for you, my boy. I don't know. I'm not talking about what's going on over in the Arabic community and in the Indian community. I don't know. That's not my lane. I'm staying in my lane. And that is the issue that I be having. But I said, you know what? That's okay. Because when I get some time, I'm going to really lay out a platform that I'm going to do online and in person. And we're going to really have these conversations, because we're not going to be just having the yelling, and we're not going to finna keep talking about the modern woman and all them stupid ass conversations that we have over and over and over again. Damn. Like, how many times can we talk about modern women this, high value man that, modern women this, it's hot. I get it. But, I just have to slow roast this thing, because I'm not finna talk about that every week. I'm like, Jesus. Okay.
So you can kind of see why she had to have Nick on her channel, because the talking point is drying up. I mean, when it comes down to it, is, don't get me wrong, black effery will always have a space for black people. Hence the reason why her audience was so, so melanated, because black effery, that's black people's issue. So that's black people. You're going to get black people to speak on black people's issues, right? But sitting there trying to monetize on it, be a whole culture vulture, is like so problematic. And then to see Obsidian,
sad.
See what is his name? The lead attorney. I was so disappointed. So forget about Obsidian. Obsidian he's bought and sold. He's done. But the lead attorney,
sad.
I defended him so many times. I defended him. This guy, and the thing that's showing me about these folks is that you can see that even when they aligned themselves with Kevin Samuels, they had ulterior motives.
Facts. And nobody want to talk about that because Kevin Samuels had a code. He had a code. You would never, like I said earlier before you got up here, Kevin Samuels, when the women would call his show asking for advice about a certain type of men, but he never made broadcasts dedicated to how bad black women are.
Right.
He wasn't even allowed. It was this one white woman. He checked the shit out of her because she came up there talking mess about black women. He said, "Oh no, that's what you will not do." So that's what I'm saying. All these niggas with this Kevin Samuels was my homie, and we rock with him. No, you were on a clout chase too. That's all it was. It was a clout, and that's cool. But just keep it real. Just keep it player with me. Like, don't tell me that was your boy, and you know he wouldn't co-sign no foolery like that. You know what I'm saying? Well, everyone that defended her all have a specific look. Well, I don't know. I seen all different kind of people defend her. And like I said, it's not even about defending her or not defending her. Pearl is not the problem with me. I don't have a problem with Pearl because I expect Pearl to do what she do. It's the problem I had was with all these brothers. What? But why? Why, Pearl? That was sick. I mean, we in Miami laying in the bed, Drina looking at me like, what's wrong? And all I hear is just why? Well, why you want to do that? Why are y'all niggas sitting up here talking to her? Like, we love doing that. For what?
Didn't G check her? Didn't G check her? Nope.
Obsidian talking about some, because I got Pearly number. Because we cool like that. Nigga, ain't you 50? And you bragging about having a 26-year-old number? Because we cool like that?
And mind you, she needed you on her climb up. She needed you on her climb up. So, of course, when you're saying that you have her phone number, she's not going to lose your number because you see, at times like this, like how this whole thing blowing up across seas, you dig what I'm saying? You are the one giving her credibility. See, she'll be able to crawl back into this space and find a comfort because right now she moves on to whatever connection she had with the Daily Wire, or she moves on whatever connection, whatever she's trying to, do. Because essentially, I think that when she brought Nick Fuentes on, it was to set a tone.
Oh, for sure.
It was to let people know where she's going to next with her stuff. But she, just like historically they always do, used us, stepped on our shoulders to establish herself. She's going to always need you so she can come back. I hate to make, I'm always with my correlations, but it's just like how what's his name, Charlemagne always brings Dr. Umar. Doesn't matter how like crazy Dr. Umar is outside of the Breakfast Club, he brings them in all the time to let everybody know, like, yo, I'm still Hotep deep down in my heart. Like, that's supposed to be his Hotep card. She's going to keep Obsidian and all these other clown people around her because they give her credibility.
Yeah.
Just like how she gives them credit. Just like how they think that she's giving them some type of credibility.
Yeah. And I was talking to a few people last night about it. And then we were talking about like the sisters that's in this space, like Danica Marie and the Courtney Michelle's and the Six the Goddess and all those sisters. And they were saying like, well, they're just jealous of Pearl because Pearl has gotten 1 million subscribers and they only got 100,000 or 20,000 or wherever they're at. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, y'all really don't understand the game. Personally, I think Pearl was a plant, but that's me. Some people disagree with me, but I really think Pearl was a plant because her rise was almost too perfect. It was almost too perfect. And the way they canceled Andrew Tate for saying some of the things that he said, and Andrew Tate got his nigga wake up call because he is black. He's black, and they don't like to talk about that, but he talks about it. He talks about it, but he passes. But he got his Negro wake up call. Please believe it. And I think she's an absolute plant because they canceled his black ass quick. Got him the hell up out of here, put charges on him and all that kind of stuff. And she has similar talking points to him. Now, he went a little far with it, but she has similar talking points. And she hit 1 million. I'm not hating on her million. I'm sure her staff works hard and all that kind of stuff. Her Africans, shout out to all them over there. Talking about they come late and all that kind of stuff. Shout out to them, though. Shout out to them. And then, oh my God, I don't know if you heard the King Riches dude. He said, and if she was racist, she said if she was racist, I ain't going nowhere. Why would I stop now? This is the hottest I done ever been. He said that out his own mouth.
Wow.
If she was racist, he said, if she was, I'm not going anywhere. Out his own mouth. And I said, well, now you know. I can even respect that to a certain degree because he ain't hiding who he is.
Right.
He not hiding who he is. So I can low-key respect that. You know what I'm saying? He's saying, listen, I'm bucking right now. I'm trying to get a check. Forget what y'all niggas talking about. I'm tired of being broke. Nigga, I was at 50,000 subs for 5 years, nigga. I come over here to Just Pearly Things. I'm at 100K. F what you Negroes talking about. Y'all talking crazy. I don't give a damn if she was racist. I'm still going to go over here and get this check. I can't be mad at that to a certain degree. At least he's honest about it. He ain't trying to play both sides. He say, yes, I'm going to cape for Pearl. Absolutely. Absolutely, I'm a cape for Pearl. 100%. So it is what it is. It is what it is.
Compromised. So compromised. When I say the thing that makes it, I think, so sad is to see that she was actually able to take her show international with it. You think what I'm saying? Here as we are post Kevin Samuels, and the impact he had, you have her going international and using those talking points to be disrespectful even to him. Because when she's saying this whole thing about Africans are harder working than African Americans, we allowed her to do that.
Yeah.
In the sense where there were Black folks that were sitting on her platform, nodding their head and letting her talk crazy about Black folks, to where she's like, well, that's something that they even say, that Africans work harder. They even say that. Yeah. Look, even her quoting Thomas Sowell. It's the same kind of thing where you're pretty much saying, well, Black folks say this about Black people. I'm just saying what they say. It's just like when they use the N-word and they say, well, it's in the song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I'd be like when MTR went on there and then he had to cop his plea because he saw they was getting on his ass. Talking about, I didn't know. Bullshit, you didn't know. You knew. You just didn't care. But you knew. This woman has been having these discussions for months. That's why I didn't even listen to Pearl.
Right.
But she has she's not. I don't want to sound like I'm bashing this woman, but Pearl is not talented. She cannot hold a show on her own. And she knows that. And she understands that. And she does what she does. She hires the people that are the real talent. The problem is they locked in contracts and don't want to build their own platform. And I'm just like, okay, well, that's the thing. But shout out to brother Philip Scott. Because even though I'm still suspect of the Sarah Garvey dude, brother Philip Scott said, well, if you're having an issue, come on over here. Because, he has the African Diaspora channel. That got like 1.45 million. He got his own channel that got like 300K. And I said, see, that's what I'm talking about. He gave that brother, he said he gave him an olive branch. He said, you can come on over here and do what you got to do. And I respect that.
And I hope he does. And I sincerely hope he does.
Yeah.
I sincerely hope he does.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But like I said, a lot of cats don't want to put in that work. They don't want to put in that work. Because I'm gonna tell you
with Sarah, I'm waiting to see how his talking points change, because he was on some BS.
Yeah.
He only starts speaking this stuff. Okay, so like let me be clear. He might have been truly bothered because he did show some receipts, that he was at least last year attempting to educate or redirect just Pearly. Just with some of her little weird, colonial mindset stuff. So it seemed like he was trying to educate her on it. But the other stuff that he was comfortably like okay with on her platform, running his mouth, talking. I mean, the very fact that she comes to your town and you're asking her for a contract. I mean, just think about it. She didn't come to you trying to figure out a contract. She comes to your town and you're asking her for a contract. She comes out her face and tells you 30-70, and you say to yourself a 30-70 deal, thinking that you on the 70. And when she corrects you and says, "Oh no, you're on the higher end. You're getting 30. I'm getting 70." But the others, oh no, the others, they're in something. They're in the 90-10 percentile. They're in the 85-15 percentile. Yeah. I'm really trying to wait to see. Like, I'm sure, I'm sure he's probably sitting up here stewing about what she said, but I'm sure he's also probably taking advantage of the fact that people don't like her. And that comment she made was, I think he's just riding that wave too. Because he just recently posted that that he's up to 100K. Yeah. This morning he posted he had 100K followers. Now I'm sure, like I said, I never ever heard of Sarah Garvey before. Maybe I could have heard his name in passing somewhere. Not that I could recall it. Mm-hmm. But when I heard what he said back to her, I said, let me follow this dude. But then I started following his stuff and looking at his stuff. I was like, dude, you compromised too.
But my thing is, he's only exposing Pearl because everybody else is. If the money was right, he'd still be there with all the views and everything else.
And quiet. Mm-hmm.
So don't play the I mean, you can do what you want to do, but it's just like, nah, you suspect too. I get it. Just be real. I could have respected if he said, you know what, Mike, clearly the money was not right. And, I'm here for the check, and this is why I'm exposing her. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I could have respected that game because he let me know what he about. That's why I say I can respect King Rich's game. But boy, Pearl putting her Mac down. She giving niggas 90-10 contract.
Mind you, just for them to look up her pale pink skirt. That's all they're getting out of the situation. Because first of all, if you're on somebody's platform thinking that you're building up your name, but the person has you in a contract to where you're always forever, you have to be gracious to that person forever. You have to be thankful to that person forever. Are you ever going to open your mouth and say anything that's contrary to what they're saying? That is your boss, right?
Right.
Okay, so you're going to be gracious, which is another reason why I think she likes, as she puts it, my Africans over African Americans, because African Americans, not like Obsidian's compromised ass. Most African Americans will check your ass in 2 seconds and say, you know what? I'm gonna go start my own damn thing. See ya. Ask Boyce Watkins why he can't keep anybody on his damn thing. Them ladies be on there I give them a good 8 months, and they like. So now him and Alicia is holding down everything.
And like I said, they won't have no thorough sisters like you on the broadcast. They won't have no sisters like Vicky Dillard on a broadcast. They won't have those type of sisters over there because they will combat the foolishness. They won't have a Courtney, or they won't have. First of all, and see, I told somebody else this too. I said another reason that I feel Pearl rose so quickly is because she's very average looking. But most people are average looking, so that's very relatable. She's an average looking woman checking above average looking women. And the women she brings on the show, I think they deliberately make sure they're more attractive than Pearl on purpose, because this is pretty privilege in reverse. If you ask me, she's deflecting, and the girls that do rock with Pearl, they probably look like her, average looking. You know what I'm saying? But she's shutting that woman with pretty privilege down by degrading her. Now, they may be ratchet or whatever the case may be, but people really get that image thing. Like they really don't understand. Like, that matters. If Pearl was a straight up dime piece, she would not be as successful as she is. Point blank period. If she was curvy, had the hips and the ass and all that kind of stuff, it wouldn't work. Because a lot of women and a lot of men can't relate to that because a lot of men can't get women like that. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why it's funny to see a woman like Pearl. And I'm not trying to crap on her looks, but it's funny to see a woman like Pearl to them tell prettier women that they ain't shit. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
it's like like a humbling kind of ritual.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's why, and I think that's another reason that as big as what she is, because boy, it's good to see somebody who's a strong 4 tell somebody else who's a solid 8, 9 that they ain't shit.
Right. Right.
It's a good feeling.
Right.
It's a good feeling.
Mm-hmm.
But
And
I don't
nobody
know.
else is saying this. Nobody else is saying this but you,
Yeah.
because I don't think other people have picked up that is her angle.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think other people really picked that up, because she definitely is showing that you don't have to necessarily have good looks
Right.
to humble people.
Right.
And also, like you said, kind of playing on the opposite, like, oh, all you women think that these things, you check all these boxes, and this is what you're going to, you allows you to speak on things, or use your quote unquote pretty privilege, but I'm going to use my average privilege.
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah.
There you go. She uses that because I'm telling you right now, if she was a 10, it would not work because it wouldn't be relatable. It just would not be relatable at all. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I see it. Let me ask you a question real quick. What do you think of Fresh and Fit?
I don't think of them.
Mm.
I
I
think
don't
that
like.
they're very compromised. They're very compromised. But honestly, sometimes I'll listen to some of their clips if somebody else that I'm listening to makes a reference to something that's kind of like jaw dropping that they say. And to me, I look at them as, I don't know, are both of those like, are they both like immigrant, like non?
Yeah,
Because
one is I think Myron is from the Sudan, and what you call it, the one who ain't got no talent is from Barbados.
right. So these are individuals who come from places where you have racism and classism being a big issue.
Mhm.
Not saying that we don't have it here in the United States, but in a lot of those countries where you have a lot of Black folks, so like the issues around racism, they have their place. Don't get me wrong, but you still have a lot of classism issues going on as well. I think a
Mhm.
lot of times with those individuals, they tend to um, be even more compromised to a certain degree, because they need a lot of validation
Mhm.
from uh, material things. They also need a lot of validation from like aligning themselves with white people, or their proximity to whiteness. Because think about it, your proximity to whiteness is going to say something more about your status in countries where you have a large number of people who look like you. So
Mhm.
proximity is very big for them. So I think with Fresh and Fit, you tend to see it's almost like proximity insecurity, like on speed with them. So it's
Yeah.
hard to watch them, because sometimes if I see like a beautiful Black woman, like I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think her name was like Asia Doll or Asian Doll. I don't know. I don't know.
Mhm.
I feel like she was
And,
on their show one time. Could have been
and they
multiple
kicked her
times.
out.
Yeah, and I think that's probably one of the probably last times I seen something that they had there. And I was just looking at her. I'm like, why are you even in a space with these men?
Makes no
You don't
sense.
give them, yeah, you don't give them that proximity credibility, or that proximity security that they need. So
I pulled up this clip. I wanted you to listen to it real quick. I wanted to see what you thought.
mhm.
I think y'all didn't like me. Y'all were picking on me. So yeah. So man, I'm just saying, man, I don't want to mean no harm to nobody. I got over 100,000 followers over here, and this account ain't even 3 months old. So I'm gonna behave. I got another. Gonna keep getting these accounts and start. Fresh and Fit. I don't like them niggas. I don't like Fresh and Fit. Niggas invited me back on their podcast. Let me just say this. Them niggas some suckers. Yeah, Fresh and Fit, they some suckers and they some moms. They ain't got no woman that'll cook them breakfast. They ain't got no woman that'll cook them breakfast. Let me just tell you something. I think passport bros. I think the passport bros I think those are suckers. Nigga got to go out the country to go get a broad. Nigga, you a sucker. Them ain't nothing but down low homosexual men that play footsies with each other. Man, this is a bullshit ass thing right here. Okay, stand like that. Why the motherfucker gonna stand like that?
Okay, so I'm gonna stop right there. Passport bros. This phenomenon. What do you think about that? Because we haven't really
So
talked about this stuff online, so
not
that's why I'm bringing
really.
it up.
So again, coming back from family not being from this country, I think that there's always this, I guess, fantasy that at least when I growing up for me personally, where um black folks from out of the country, particularly if they're from like the Caribbean, they tend to be kind of fetishized, like, oh, well, you're going to be a freak or whatever the case is. And so with that, sometimes I think uh, in the past, when I've dated African American men, I felt like they've always been very surprised of like how conservative my family is, or how the conservative views that I hold, or how religious most of these people come from these especially from the Caribbean. So that's just one thing. But to the other extreme, you do have issues around prostitution, right? So when it comes down to it, I don't necessarily feel that the passport bros are doing something that's so like remarkable, in the sense where they are men who have come to a point in their life for whatever reason, whether they have been previously married or not, whether they've never been in a serious relationship before or not, but they're looking for opportunities to be with women who they may find to be a little bit more attainable, because as much as there's some stereotypes that benefit those women, in a sense where maybe that man looks at those women as being more they're exotic, maybe if they have finer hair textures, maybe if they have straighter hair textures, maybe there's some type of Euro proximity that they are looking for in these women. These women also look at African American men as Americans first, right? So black is one thing, because there's that stereotype that black men are well endowed. So that's one. But then the other thing is that this is an American person with a lot of money. So to me, I look at the relationship as having a high potential for a lot of toxicity, because both groups carry stereotypes that could be toxic to their larger groups that they come from. You know what I mean? Like, to say that a black man is well endowed and to look at him as a sex object, I think is equally disrespectful for a black man to look at a woman, whether she phenotypically looks more European or quote unquote Hispanic, or if she's even black, but she's from like one of these other places that the passport bros tend to frequent. I think it's negative on either side.
Well, okay, I know you said your family is from the Caribbean. Do you still keep contact with your family in the Caribbean?
Of course.
Have they made have the women in your family ever talked about like the passport bros, or like men coming over from America and trying to either find a wife? Because I see both sides of the coin. I see both sides of the coin, because I don't have nothing against the passport bros. I feel like if you have come into a point in your life and you feel like you're not getting the results wherever you are, I feel like as a man, and if you have the means, if you feel like you'll get better results elsewhere, then by all means you should go. But it's no secret that a lot of passport bros just go over to trick and not find, and really not. Some find wives and some do, because this whole channel is dedicated to that. I'm cool on that. But if you're going over there to trick, then I'm cool with that too. You do whatever you want to do with your money is what you do with your money. But I see both sides of this. I see why they get clowned, but I also see why, somebody might agree with that. Now, again, I feel like if you're going to be a simp in America, you're going to be a simp in the Caribbean, you're going to be a simp in Africa, you're going to be a simp wherever you go. But I can see the financial reasoning for why somebody who may be looking for a different opportunity in another country will go over there. I was just looking online on Instagram and I saw like a 5-bedroom house over in Uganda for like $80,000 American dollars. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, wow. And I seen another one. It was like a mansion almost. It was like another 4 or 5 bedroom house over there in Uganda for like 150,000 American money. So I can see
Mm-hmm.
why somebody, a man who may make 50 grand a year over here might be interested in going over to a country in Africa somewhere, or maybe the Caribbean or Mexico, wherever the place may be, to just try to live a better life. And on top of possibly getting a quote unquote more traditional woman, if that's what they're looking for.
Right.
Um, so I see both sides of the coin. I mean, but I think a lot of now it's just the bashing that I don't like. You know what I'm saying? Some of them do, but what they don't talk about are the passport sisters too, because
Passport
I
hoes.
because I seen some documentaries, and not just sisters, women from Europe, all over the spectrum, coming over to Jamaica and Africa to get I forgot what they call the boys over there when they looking to get it in too. I mean, Stella, they made a whole movie about it, a book
Yep.
about it, and everything like that. So I don't think it just goes just one way. I think we got to be fair in this whole situation. But again, if you a guy and you feel like you ain't getting no results over here in America, and you feel like you can do better in Africa or wherever you want to go, I'm all for it. Do you? It's your money,
Mm-hmm.
and it take. And see, again, I don't like the narrative that all passport bros are weird dudes and all that kind of stuff. Because did you see that one where that dude got stuck in Dominican Republic? That passport bro got stuck in Dominican.
So embarrassing.
That was an
So
L.
embarrassing. Yeah.
And that young dude like Austin Holloman, he kind of made the block hot for like the
Mm-hmm.
passport bros, because I guess some questions he was asking women, and I guess like the feminists over in Brazil was like, oh, he's trying to encourage the ex tourism and all that kind of stuff. So that's another thing too with us. We always want to show, and I get it, you want to show your travels and all that kind of stuff, but man, if you're trying to get it in, do what you do, everything don't got to be on camera. You make the block hot for everybody involved.
That's the problem I have with that, because I have nephews who are of age to travel. And unfortunately I mean, you have issues around self-hate where Black people in general tend to just have a disdain for our own people. That is historical in nature. So it's not something that could be undone in like a day or a night or a year or 10 years. But it's like we do have that issue, but I feel bad like if a young Black man does now travel out of the country and they decide they want to go to one of these places, are people looking at you as a threat, especially in Brazil, because it was like, I think like in DR, it happens a lot. Like,
Right.
honestly, red flags. If a man tells me he's in DR and he's like, "Oh, I'm hanging around Sosa," I already know you in there getting your stuff off, right?
Yeah.
But, um, it's just sad because if a Black man goes to Brazil right now and he even looks as if he's attracted to the women, which he should be. Brazil, outside of Nigeria, has the highest population of Black folks. So you, as a Black man, going to Brazil and find a Black woman that you love or you fall in love with is not going to be shocking or surprising to me. So
Mhm.
please go over there and do so. But to play on poverty, which could be a reason why these women may also be looking to engage with you, or looking, the prostitution there is its own issue. But to be preying on the women could look like you're exploiting them because you know that there's poverty issues there. So it's kind of sad because it does make it bad for everybody else, I think.
Yeah, and the argument that I saw, people were saying that well, they only want you for your money. But my counter to that is that, well, that's a lot of chicks over here want you for your money. So like
That's true.
that's to me, that's a weak argument. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like, who wants to marry into poverty? I know
No.
if I had a daughter, I wouldn't want my daughter to marry into poverty. I wouldn't want my daughter to marry somebody who's poor. I want my daughter to marry somebody who's well off. So to me, that's
Right.
a poor point. And they're like, oh, they only want a green card. And now, if you said that, okay, she might leave you when she gets here, a chick could leave you here. The only bad part is that you're responsible. If you bring them over here, you're responsible for them for like 10,
Right.
15
Hmm.
years. That's the
Mm-hmm.
bad part in that I don't necessarily rock with. But I wanted to do a nurse story while we got you here, because I'm gonna wrap
Sure.
it up in a little bit. And I told the people that I was gonna do some do a nurse story after I got my rant off. Did you hear
Okay.
about the nurse who died trying to give herself liposuction?
Yes. And as a person who had liposuction, I don't know how she actually was trying to pull that off. I don't know
You
how she was
know,
trying to pull
not
that
to
off.
laugh at not to laugh at the dead. Not to laugh at the situation, but this was highly stupid on all levels. But I'm gonna get into the story. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna
Do we
hit
have a
y'all with a
picture of
nurse
her?
story because I told y'all I would. No, I don't
CJ, do
think
we
we
have a
have a
picture of
picture
the
of her.
nurse?
I haven't found one. I,
Okay. Okay.
I haven't found one. Um,
Mhm.
I don't think they released her whole name though. But it says a
Okay.
30-year-old nurse who reportedly performed liposuction on herself at a clinic in Mexico has died from the fatal cosmetic procedure. Not ladies. I understand that you make 100-pound life and you see these women, they got husbands and all that kind of stuff. And sometimes you can figure out like, wow, these women got husbands and they 800 and can't wash those well and all that kind of stuff. So like you may try to go through drastic procedures to try to change your appearance. Like if you're gonna do it, I have no problem with the surgery. Shout out to the BBL nurses. I ain't got no smoke with y'all. I'm all for it. If however you want to make yourself feel better, I'm all for it. Just do it safely. This was crazy. This was absolutely absurd. And I'm just like, can you imagine being the owner of the actual clinic, finding out that one of your nurses done died because she was trying to perform liposuction on herself? And she just going like, come on. But it says a 30-year-old nurse who reportedly performed liposuction on herself at a clinic in Mexico has died from the cosmetic procedure. The woman identified as let me see, my computer screen is correct. Karina was found unconscious in a doctor's office after allegedly attempting to liposuction her stomach, a process that removes excess fat from the midsection. It's the latest in a series of reports about people dying of faulty plastic surgeries. Karina gave herself anesthesia. Really? Is this what we doing? She gave herself anesthesia. Like she gave herself anesthesia prior to the procedure, despite not having any training in administering the medicine. She was found unconscious in a doctor's office and died of cardiorespiratory arrest, the sudden loss of breathing, and heart function. Okay, so before I continue, do you think she might have been high on something, or do you think she might have been under the influence of like something? Because I don't know, as a medical professional, how she could have thought this was going to work. Like, I honestly don't
So
know how
here's the
she could
thing.
have thought in her mind.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. So one thing you have to consider is the whole idea of her wanting to do the plastic surgery to begin with. In my mind, when I heard this story, I was a little shocked because I was thinking to myself, like, there's so much blood that you lose during that procedure. I mean, when I say so much blood, like on top of all of the fat, because the surgeon will show you all the fat that they remove. But like on top of the fat that they're removing, all this blood is coming with it, which is the reason why it's very important that you diet and exercise after you get the procedure. Because if you don't, when you try to do that procedure again, there's so much scar tissue in the area where you had the procedure that when you go and try to attempt that procedure again, you're going to have even more blood loss. Because again, your focus is to try to contour or remove, and it's really contouring is the ultimate goal. So in your effort of trying to contour that area, you're trying so hard to remove things out of there that can't really be like really removed, right? So essentially the scar tissue blocks you from removing any real fat from there, and then you wind up taking a lot of blood with you. So I would almost speculate that this is probably not her first procedure. She probably thought that this was something she could pull off without a hitch. The fact that that equipment was there, I'm assuming that she probably participated in a lot of procedures and thought that she was safe enough to try to explore this on her own. When I tell you I don't know, and then think about it, if she gave herself her own anesthesia, imagine how confused and how delirious she was as this procedure is going on, because mind you, you gotta be moving. See, most people don't know with liposuction, you're making all these tiny cuts in your stomach to put this little tiny tube in and out of your stomach. It's like a straw. You're just constantly sticking back and forth like a vacuum. Imagine doing something like that high or drunk. You're gonna lose. I mean, how many people can if you've been drinking a few and you get behind the wheel of car, it ain't nothing but God that's getting you home sometimes. When your eyes start getting all wobbly and you're thinking, oh my God, I'm seeing double. She probably was seeing double with all that blood coming out of her body. You know what I mean? We don't even know if she probably in her whatever she was doing. We don't know how high she went up in. She could have punctured something as well. And then your heart can't. If you got blood, all circling around your heart and stuff like that, it's not pumping the way it's supposed to pump. It's crazy. That is crazy. They said man. Somebody said man.
Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous. Yeah, that's pretty. I wouldn't be surprised. Like I see brothers not getting liposuction, tummy tucks now, and all that. Yeah, I see a lot of brothers doing that now. Bandman Kevo got a whole tummy tuck and liposuction too.
Who?
You think Jay-Z got one?
Yeah, I think Jay-Z got one. I was looking at his body. You said who? Who you talking about, CJ?
Bandman Kevo.
Oh, I have to look. I think
it's delayed. It's Bandman Kevo.
Nah, you're good.
I think it's delayed. Hold on, I think we got to.
I'm gonna look up that. I'm gonna look up that.
Yeah, his name is. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. That's kind of ridiculous. I mean, she like, can you imagine being a police and having to tell her family, hopefully, I mean, she could have had kids, she could have had a husband, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, can you imagine having to tell her husband, hey, we're looking for the husband of Miss Karina. Unfortunately, we found your wife. Oh my God, what happened? Is she okay? Nah, she's dead. Well, what happened? Well, she was trying to give herself liposuction. What? Like, I would think that's a joke. You know what I'm saying? Like, if the police came to me and told me that, I would think somebody's playing with me. I'd be like, what? Give her self liposuction? Yeah. She tried to give herself liposuction. She took the anesthesia.
And she probably doing too? Cutting around costs too.
Yeah, well,
I mean, think about it. If you work at some place, maybe there is probably a reduced rate for you to get procedures, but you probably still have to come out of pocket. Maybe she was looking at it as an opportunity to cut costs.
Facts. You might be right about that. But well, Nurse Roxy, I gotta get a nap in because I'm hitting work tonight. Yeah. But I so appreciate you coming up here and just lending me your time for a couple minutes, and I appreciate that. Like I said, I'm jotting some ideas down just on how we can change things and redefine things, get this raccooning out of here, because it's just a lot of raccooning going on, and it's sick. It's really sickening. And I don't want young black boys to grow up and feel like that you got to be a raccoon to be successful with women and to make money and to be on YouTube and all that kind of stuff. I don't want young boys to be like, well, I got to sign shitty contracts from unattractive women just to get on. You know what I'm saying? I want to help black boys understand, because like a lot of these old niggas, they done for. So like, I'm just trying to show them, like, you can do it on your own. it's all right to be independent, you know what I'm saying, and build your own platform and do what you want to do independently and put in some work and all that kind of stuff. I want to show them that every woman ain't trying to hate you. You know what I'm saying? Now you got a lot of bad ones, but you got a lot of good ones too. You know what I'm saying? It's that's just, but that's people in general. So, but I appreciate you being here. Go ahead and promote your platform. I'm about to put the link to your YouTube channel on the
Yeah,
screen
so
really quick.
yes, please follow me at advancednurses.info. Well, that is my website. And I could also be reached on my Instagram, ACD4N, or advanced nurses at ACD4N. And it's really about promoting nurses to expand their knowledge around their technical skills, learning clinical documentation, also medical coding. And the reason why I push that so much is because I really want nurses to have real options when they decide they want to transition away from the bedside. So I essentially talk to nurses with the goal of really helping them to, uh, as you can see, I talk to a bunch of nurse professionals. They work in all different arenas in healthcare, but primarily they work, most of them, almost 100% work remotely. And so it's really kind of giving nurses options away from the bedside. So thank you so much for the shout out, CJ.
No problem. And see, this is what I'm talking about though. Like, you are a successful Black sister who don't come on here with the ratchetness and all that kind of stuff. Like, this is the kind of stuff that we need to start promoting. You have a husband, you got a family, you got children. And I understand that not all women that are happy need to be in the spotlight, because a lot of the women that are happy, they don't really like putting their business out there like that. You know what I'm saying? Because of the backlash. And I get it. You feel me? Like, I totally get it. I 100% get it. They don't be wanting a part of this YouTube life and this YouTube game, but definitely that representation matters. And
Yes.
we need that. We definitely need that representation, because everything needs a balance. Nurse Viv, I'm waiting to get her on the platform. She's married. She has a husband. She has her family. She has her YouTube channel. She's popping. Y'all go check out Nurse Viv. I'm trying to find her link right now. Another sister that's doing it the right way. Nurse Viv be doing celebrity interviews. She does the hotel tours. It's not ratchet over there. You know what I'm saying? She does her thing. So it's just like these are the type of sisters that we need to start giving shine to. We don't want the hood rats. That's done. It's enough hood rats out here doing what they do. So that's Nurse Viv platform. I dropped the link in the chat. Y'all make sure y'all go check out Nurse Viv. She's out here doing her thing. Y'all go check out my homie Nurse Roxy at Advanced Nurses. What is it, Nurse Roxy again? Hold on.
Yeah, I recently rebranded because I really wanted to push the advanced
Y'all go
nurses.
check.
Advanced nurses. So advanced nurses, if you want to go to my website, it's advancednurses.info. Real simple. Advanced with a D, nurses with an S, .info. So thank you.
Advancednurses.info. Bet. Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen. That's pretty much it for this episode. And I appreciate y'all coming. And until next time, if you don't do nothing else, get paid, young nurse, get paid. I'll holler at you. Peace. All righty.